The 80-20 principle is a powerful concept that challenges the conventional belief that effort and reward are evenly distributed. Instead, it uncovers a universal pattern. A small proportion of causes, around 20%, often leads to a large proportion of results, around 80%. This insight has been observed in various fields, from business and productivity to personal health and relationships. By understanding and applying the 80-20 principle, individuals and organizations can unlock new levels of efficiency, effectiveness, and success. Rather than spreading their efforts thinly across many activities, they can concentrate on the vital few that produce the majority of their desired outcomes. This allows them to achieve more with less, reduce stress, and focus their energy on the most meaningful and rewarding pursuits. Throughout this series, we'll explore the key concepts and practical applications of the 80-20 principle. As outlined in Richard Koch's groundbreaking work, we'll dive into the origins of this principle, its universal applicability, and how you can apply it to transform your personal and professional life. So, whether you're a business owner, a productivity enthusiast, or simply someone looking to optimize your daily routines, this guide will provide you with the insights and strategies you need to harness the power of the 80-20 principle. Don't forget to subscribe for more valuable content that can help you unlock your full potential. 1. Usually, the largest share of results, output, is produced by just a small part of the work, input. The 80-20 principle, as described by Richard Koch in the first chapter of his book, reveals a fascinating pattern that can be observed across various domains. This universal principle states that a small proportion of inputs, around 20%, often leads to a disproportionately large share of outputs, around 80%. This invaluable insight challenges the common assumption that effort and reward are evenly distributed, and it holds the potential to transform the way we approach work, life, and decision-making. The origins of the 80-20 principle can be traced back to the observations of Vilfredo Pareto, an Italian economist who noticed that 80% of Italy's wealth was owned by just 20% of the population. This groundbreaking discovery led Pareto to formulate the principle that bears his name, and it has since been applied to a wide range of fields, from business and productivity to health and personal development. The universality of the 80-20 principle is truly remarkable. In the business world, it is common to find that 80% of a company's profits are generated by 20% of its customers or products. Similarly, in the realm of personal productivity, individuals often find that 80% of their achievements stem from just 20% of their efforts. Even in the domain of health and fitness, 80% of the benefits can be attributed to a mere 20% of lifestyle changes, such as regular exercise and a balanced diet. Understanding the 80-20 principle is crucial because it challenges our preconceptions and encourages us to rethink the way we allocate our time, resources, and energy. By recognizing that a small proportion of inputs can yield a disproportionately large share of outputs, individuals and organizations can focus their efforts on the most impactful activities, leading to increased efficiency, reduced waste, and greater success. Koch provides several real-world examples to illustrate the practical applications of the 80-20 principle. In the business context, a company can identify its high-value customers and tailor its strategies to better serve them, rather than spreading resources evenly across all customers. In the realm of personal productivity, an individual can prioritize the tasks and activities that contribute the most to their achievements, allowing them to accomplish more with less effort. Similarly, in the realm of health and fitness, a person can focus on the essential lifestyle changes that yield the most significant improvements, rather than trying to implement a comprehensive and potentially overwhelming regimen. To effectively apply the 80-20 principle, Koch outlines a straightforward approach. First, individuals and organizations must identify the vital few, the 20% of activities, customers, or products that produce 80% of the results. Once these high-impact areas are identified, the focus should shift to allocating more time, resources, and energy to these activities, while simultaneously reducing or eliminating the low-impact tasks that contribute little to the desired outcomes. Throughout the chapter, Koch addresses common misconceptions about the 80-20 principle, clarifying that it is not always a perfect 80-20 ratio, and that it is not about being lazy or doing less work. Instead, it is about working smarter by focusing on the most impactful areas, which can lead to greater efficiency, productivity, and success. 2. Thinking with the 80-20 principle doesn't come naturally to people because we expect balance and fairness. The insights presented in Chapter 2 of the 80-20 principle by Richard Koch shed light on why the fundamental concept of the 80-20 principle can feel so counterintuitive to many people. Koch delves into the reasons why the imbalance between effort and reward, as revealed by the 80-20 principle, often seems to clash with our deeply ingrained beliefs about fairness and balance. From a young age, we are conditioned to believe that hard work and effort will be rewarded proportionally. The idea that a small proportion of inputs can lead to a disproportionately large share of outputs challenges this core assumption. This expectation of balance and fairness is deeply rooted in our psyche, and the 80-20 principle can feel unsettling or even unfair to those who have not fully embraced its implications. Koch emphasizes that this resistance to the 80-20 principle is a significant barrier to achieving greater efficiency and success. The illusion of balance manifests in various areas of life, leading individuals and organizations to spread their efforts thinly across many activities, even when a small subset of those activities is responsible for the majority of their achievements or profits. In the workplace, for example, people may assume that all tasks contribute equally to their success, leading them to allocate their time and energy evenly across multiple responsibilities. In personal relationships, individuals may believe that all relationships require the same level of investment, despite the fact that a small number of relationships often provide the most fulfillment and support. Similarly, in the business world, companies may distribute resources equally across all products or customers, ignoring the reality that a small percentage generates the bulk of their profits. Koch encourages readers to embrace the imbalance revealed by the 80-20 principle, as this is the first step toward achieving greater efficiency and success. By focusing on the 20% of activities that produce 80% of the results, individuals and organizations can maximize their output, reduce stress, and increase overall satisfaction. The examples provided by Koch further illustrate the practical benefits of embracing this imbalance. In the realm of personal productivity, an individual may discover that 80% of their achievements stem from just 20% of their efforts. By concentrating on these high-impact tasks, they can accomplish more with less stress. Similarly, in the business context, a company may find that 80% of its profits come from 20% of its customers, allowing it to allocate resources more strategically and increase profitability. Even in the domain of health and fitness, a person may realize that 80% of their health improvements are derived from 20% of their lifestyle changes, enabling them to focus on the most impactful habits. To help readers shift their mindset and embrace the 80-20 principle, Koch offers several practical steps. These include challenging the assumption that effort and reward are evenly distributed, analyzing one's activities to identify the 20% that produce the majority of results, focusing on these high-impact tasks, and letting go of low-impact activities that contribute little to one's goals. 3. The 80-20 principle can help you improve your work process to get better results. Chapter 3 of the 80-20 principle by Richard Koch delves into the powerful application of this concept to improve work processes and achieve better results. The core idea is that by identifying the vital 20% of tasks that produce 80% of the desired outcomes, individuals and organizations can dramatically increase their efficiency and effectiveness. Koch begins by reiterating the fundamental principle: a small proportion of efforts often leads to a large proportion of results. In the context of work, this means that a few key tasks or activities are responsible for the majority of an individual's or organization's success. By honing in on these high-impact tasks, it becomes possible to streamline efforts, eliminate inefficiencies, and focus on what truly matters. To help readers identify these vital few tasks, Koch provides a step-by-step guide. First, he suggests making a comprehensive list of all the tasks performed regularly. Next, it's important to measure the impact of each task on the overall goals and objectives. This analysis will reveal the 20% of tasks that contribute the most to success. By prioritizing these high-impact activities, individuals and organizations can achieve greater efficiency and effectiveness. To further optimize work processes, Koch emphasizes the importance of eliminating or minimizing low-impact tasks. He outlines several strategies for doing so, such as delegating tasks to others, automating repetitive or time-consuming processes, and simply eliminating tasks that contribute little to the desired outcomes. This pruning of unnecessary or low-value work can free up valuable time and resources, allowing individuals and teams to concentrate on the most impactful activities. The 80-20 principle can be applied to a wide range of work processes, as Koch illustrates through various examples. In project management, the focus should be on the critical 20% of tasks that are essential for success. In customer service, resources should be allocated to address the 20% of inquiries that require the most attention. In product development, the emphasis should be on the 20% of features that customers value the most. By applying the 80-20 principle to work processes, individuals and organizations can unlock a host of benefits. These include increased efficiency, reduced stress, and ultimately, greater success. By concentrating on the high-impact tasks and eliminating the low-value ones, people can achieve more with less effort, leading to better results and a more rewarding work experience. To help readers put these principles into practice, Koch encourages them to conduct a personal exercise. This involves making a comprehensive list of their tasks, assessing the impact of each one, identifying the vital few that contribute the most, and then focusing their time and energy on these high-impact activities while delegating or eliminating the rest. 4. To increase profits in business, use the 80-20 principle. Chapter 4 of the 80-20 principle by Richard Koch delves into the powerful application of this concept in the business world. Koch emphasizes that the 80-20 principle is particularly relevant and impactful when applied to various aspects of a business, as it reveals the universal pattern of a small proportion of inputs, leading to a large proportion of outputs. At the heart of this chapter is the idea that businesses can significantly boost their profitability by identifying and focusing on the high-value areas of their operations, whether it's customers, products, or employees. The 80-20 principle suggests that a mere 20% of these inputs are often responsible for generating 80% of the business's profits and success. To help readers apply this principle, Koch provides a step-by-step guide for identifying the most valuable customers. This involves analyzing sales data to determine which customers contribute the most to revenue and profits, segmenting them based on their profitability, and then allocating more resources to serving and retaining these high-value customers. By offering personalized services and loyalty programs, businesses can deepen their relationships with these key customers and drive even greater profitability. The 80-20 principle can also be applied to a business's product offerings. Koch explains that by identifying the 20% of products that generate 80% of sales, companies can focus their efforts on improving, marketing, and promoting these high-value products. This optimization of the product portfolio can lead to significant increases in revenue and overall profitability. Moreover, the 80-20 principle can be used to maximize employee productivity within a business. By recognizing that 80% of a company's productivity often stems from just 20% of its employees, organizations can invest in the development and retention of these top-performing individuals. This targeted approach to human capital management can yield substantial dividends in terms of improved efficiency and profitability. The benefits of applying the 80-20 principle to business operations are numerous. Koch highlights that by focusing on the high-value areas of their business, companies can not only increase profits, but also improve overall efficiency, reduce waste, and enhance customer satisfaction. This strategic allocation of resources allows businesses to achieve greater success with less effort. To help readers implement these principles, Koch encourages businesses to conduct a thorough analysis of their sales, customer, and employee data. By identifying the 20% of inputs that generate 80% of outputs, companies can then make informed decisions about where to allocate their resources, which activities to focus on, and which low-value areas to reduce or eliminate. 5. Simplify and reduce complexity in your business to succeed. In Chapter 5 of the 80-20 Principle, Richard Koch presents a compelling argument that complexity is often a significant obstacle to business success. He explains that as companies grow and expand, they tend to accumulate more processes, products, and layers of management, which can ultimately hinder efficiency and profitability. However, by applying the insights of the 80-20 principle, businesses can identify and eliminate unnecessary complexity, streamlining their operations and focusing on the vital few activities that truly drive results. Koch begins by highlighting the various manifestations of complexity within the business world, from overloaded product lines that dilute focus and resources to bureaucratic processes that slow down decision-making. The chapter emphasizes how complexity can become a source of waste and frustration. Furthermore, unclear roles and responsibilities can lead to confusion and inefficiency, further hampering a company's ability to operate effectively. The 80-20 principle provides a powerful solution to this challenge of complexity. By identifying the 20% of activities that produce 80% of the desired outcomes, businesses can prioritize and simplify their operations. This strategic approach involves several key strategies, including streamlining product lines, optimizing critical processes, and clarifying roles and responsibilities within the organization. For example, a manufacturing company may discover that 80% of its revenue is generated by just 20% of its product portfolio. By discontinuing the low-performing products and focusing on the high-value ones, the company can simplify its operations, reduce complexity, and increase profitability. Similarly, a retail business may find that 80% of its sales come from 20% of its stores, allowing it to close underperforming locations and concentrate on the most productive ones. The benefits of simplifying business operations through the 80-20 principle are multifaceted. By eliminating unnecessary complexity and focusing on the high-impact activities, companies can achieve increased efficiency, faster decision-making, and improved customer satisfaction. The streamlined processes and clear priorities enable organizations to allocate their resources more effectively, reduce waste, and deliver a superior customer experience. To help readers apply these principles, Koch encourages businesses to conduct a thorough analysis of their operations, identifying areas of complexity and pinpointing the vital 20% of activities that drive 80% of the results. This process of simplification and streamlining can involve discontinuing low-performing products, automating or eliminating redundant processes, and clearly defining roles and responsibilities within the organization. 6. You can apply the 80-20 principle to any aspect of your business, from negotiating to targeting marketing efforts. The insights presented in Chapter 6 of the 80-20 Principle by Richard Koch underscore the remarkable versatility of this powerful concept. Koch demonstrates how the 80-20 principle can be applied to a wide range of business functions, from negotiations and marketing to customer service, unlocking new levels of efficiency and success in each domain. At the heart of this chapter is the recognition that the 80-20 principle is not limited to a specific area of business. Rather, it can be leveraged to optimize virtually any aspect of an organization's operations, allowing leaders and decision-makers to focus their efforts on the vital few activities that produce the majority of the desired outcomes. In the realm of negotiations, Koch explains how the 80-20 principle can be used to identify the critical 20% of issues that are most important to the negotiation's success. By concentrating on resolving these high-impact points, while being willing to compromise on the less significant 80% of issues, negotiators can achieve better results in a more efficient manner. This strategic approach enables them to navigate complex negotiations and reach mutually beneficial agreements with greater ease. Similarly, the 80-20 principle can be applied to the marketing function, where a business's efforts are often heavily skewed towards the most productive campaigns and customer segments. Koch encourages organizations to analyze their customer data and identify the 20% of customers who generate 80% of sales. By tailoring their marketing strategies to attract and retain these high-value customers, businesses can maximize the return on their marketing investments and achieve greater success. The versatility of the 80-20 principle extends to the realm of customer service as well. Koch highlights how customer service teams often expend a disproportionate amount of time and resources on a small percentage of inquiries that require the most attention. By recognizing this pattern and prioritizing the resolution of these high-impact issues, businesses can improve customer satisfaction, enhance operational efficiency, and reduce support costs. Throughout this chapter, Koch provides practical examples to illustrate the application of the 80-20 principle across various business functions. These examples serve to inspire readers and demonstrate the transformative potential of this principle when applied with intentionality and rigor. Moreover, Koch encourages readers to engage in a hands-on exercise to apply the 80-20 principle to their own businesses. This involves identifying the key areas of focus, analyzing the relevant data to pinpoint the vital 20% of activities, and then strategically allocating resources and efforts to optimize these high-impact areas. By following this systematic approach, organizations can unlock new levels of efficiency, better results, and enhanced customer satisfaction across all aspects of their operations. 7. Apply the 80-20 principle to your daily life by changing the way you think. Chapter 7 of the 80-20 Principle by Richard Koch takes the transformative power of this concept beyond the realm of business and into the personal lives of readers. Koch passionately argues that the 80-20 principle can be just as impactful when applied to one's daily activities, relationships, and overall happiness and fulfillment. The core premise of this chapter is that, much like in the business world, a small proportion of personal activities and relationships often account for a large proportion of an individual's joy, satisfaction, and productivity. By identifying and focusing on these high-impact areas, readers can unlock new levels of happiness, balance, and well-being in their lives. Koch begins by providing relatable examples of how the 80-20 principle manifests in personal life. Whether it's hobbies, relationships, or daily routines, a mere 20% of these aspects can often contribute 80% to an individual's overall sense of fulfillment and purpose. This realization is empowering, as it suggests that by concentrating on the vital few activities and connections that truly matter, one can achieve greater personal satisfaction with less effort. To help readers apply the 80-20 principle to their own lives, Koch offers a step-by-step guide. This involves reflecting on the activities and relationships that currently bring the most joy and happiness, analyzing how one spends their time, and then prioritizing these high-impact areas, while systematically eliminating or reducing the low-value ones. By taking this strategic approach, individuals can free up valuable time and energy to devote to the pursuits and connections that truly enrich their lives. The chapter also delves into the specific application of the 80-20 principle to personal relationships. Koch emphasizes that by identifying the 20% of relationships that provide the most fulfillment and support, and nurturing these key connections, individuals can strengthen their social networks and enhance their overall well-being. Conversely, limiting time spent on less meaningful interactions can help reduce stress and foster a greater sense of balance. To further encourage readers to put these principles into practice, Koch provides a practical exercise that guides them through the process of identifying their high-value activities and relationships, as well as the low-impact ones that can be reduced or eliminated. This hands-on approach empowers individuals to take immediate action and start reaping the rewards of the 80-20 principle in their personal lives. 8. Spend your time on the most important tasks. Instead of focusing on time management, Chapter 8 of the 80-20 Principle by Richard Koch presents a compelling argument against the limitations of traditional time management techniques. Instead, Koch introduces a more strategic and impactful approach to productivity that centers on the 80-20 principle. The idea that a small proportion of tasks, around 20%, often account for a large proportion of results, around 80%. The core of Koch's critique is that traditional time management methods, while well-intentioned, tend to focus on efficiency and doing more, rather than on identifying and prioritizing the activities that truly matter. By overloading schedules, prioritizing urgency over importance, and ignoring the actual impact of tasks, these conventional techniques can lead to burnout, frustration, and a profound misalignment between effort and outcome. In contrast, the 80-20 approach to productivity championed by Koch emphasizes the strategic identification and prioritization of high-impact tasks. Instead of striving to cram more into each day, this principle encourages individuals to clearly distinguish the vital few activities that contribute the most to their goals and desired results, and then to ruthlessly allocate more time, energy, and resources to these critical tasks. The benefits of this 80-20 approach are multifaceted. By focusing on the high-impact 20% of tasks, individuals can achieve significantly greater productivity and results with less effort, leading to increased satisfaction, reduced stress, and a heightened sense of accomplishment. The elimination or minimization of low-impact activities frees up valuable time and mental bandwidth, allowing for a more focused and purposeful engagement with the work that truly matters. To help readers put this principle into practice, Koch provides a step-by-step exercise that involves listing all the tasks performed regularly, assessing the impact of each one, and then deliberately prioritizing the high-impact 20% while reducing or eliminating the low-impact 80%. This systematic approach empowers individuals to transform their daily routines and reclaim their time and energy for the pursuits that drive the most meaningful outcomes. 9. Achieving a better quality of life. In the final chapter of the 80-20 principle, Richard Koch expands the application of this powerful concept to the pursuit of a more balanced and fulfilling life. He demonstrates how individuals can leverage the insights of the 80-20 principle across various domains, from health and relationships to personal growth and overall life satisfaction. At the core of this chapter is the recognition that just as the 80-20 principle applies to business and productivity, it can also be used to drastically improve one's quality of life. Koch emphasizes that by identifying and focusing on the vital few activities, habits, and relationships that contribute the most to happiness and success, individuals can design a lifestyle that is truly aligned with their deepest values and aspirations. One of the key themes explored in this chapter is the importance of prioritizing the few things that bring the most joy and fulfillment. Whether it's a small set of hobbies that energize the mind and body, or a select group of cherished relationships that provide emotional nourishment, Koch encourages readers to recognize and devote their time and energy to these high-impact areas of their lives. Conversely, the chapter also highlights the value of letting go of the activities and obligations that drain one's time and energy, even if they may seem important on the surface. By applying the 80-20 principle to identify and eliminate the low-impact 80% of tasks and commitments, individuals can free up precious resources to focus on what truly matters, ultimately leading to a more balanced and satisfying life. To help readers put these principles into practice, Koch provides a practical takeaway. Using the 80-20 principle to design a life that aligns with one's core values and long-term goals. This involves carefully examining various aspects of one's life, from health and fitness to personal growth and relationships, and then strategically allocating time and effort to the vital few areas that contribute the most to overall well-being and fulfillment. By embracing the insights presented in this final chapter, readers are empowered to transform their lives in profound and lasting ways. By prioritizing the high-impact activities and relationships that bring the most joy and meaning, and letting go of the low-value obligations that drain their energy, individuals can achieve a greater sense of balance, purpose, and satisfaction, ultimately leading to a higher quality of life that reflects their deepest aspirations and values. Final summary: the 80-20 principle is a powerful guide to achieving more with less. Richard Koch's insights reveal how focusing on the most impactful 20% of your efforts can transform your productivity, profitability, and personal satisfaction. Life is inherently imbalanced, and embracing this imbalance can lead to extraordinary results. By identifying and prioritizing the few things that matter most, you can achieve greater success and fulfillment. Whether you're a business leader, entrepreneur, or individual seeking a better work-life balance, the 80-20 principle offers actionable strategies for maximizing your impact. Ready to work smarter, not harder? Start by identifying the 20% of your efforts that drive 80% of your results. If this summary inspired you, grab a copy of The 80-20 Principle and take the first step toward achieving more with less. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Guide to Reads for more transformative book insights. Remember, focus on the vital few, not the trivial many.